Welcome to today's video, everybody. We're back at the storage yard. We got the $10 Evo 6 there. We've got the really cheap R32 body that we picked up that we've been cutting parts out for this 32 that's under a cover. We'll have an update on that very, very soon. It's pretty much been sitting here undercover waiting for my friend Mikey. Mikey's Racing, who's going to do all the paint and body work on it. And I think he's ready for it as of sometime this month. So that'll be going off to him soon. This is a friend's car, letting him store some inventory here. But yeah, as you can see, I got a little bored. So I started putting the stuff that came off the 4-door back onto this shell. And it's kind of amazing how much it doesn't really fit on a coupe. This 4-door trunk lid that was cut off. Everyone says they're the same. It's just this section here that's different with the tail lights. But check this out. Very different. Doesn't match up at all with the coupe body panels. This was another thing like that we were trying to explain, was that the quarter panels compared to the 4-doors, they're wider, like a couple centimeters wider. And that's why you can't do the conversion properly in the rear end without doing something dodgy. I mean, you could make something from scratch with some metal like work and stuff like that, but it's just not worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, all your projects, you gotta figure out time and cost and worthwhile and all that kind of stuff, and it just wasn't worth it. Plus, I think we found a really good rear end for it with those super rare, nice 4-door tail lamps, which is gonna look good. But yeah, this thing's just been chilling under here, waiting for bodywork. Look at that fresh body panel there. But today's video is about this car, the abandoned S15 that we got from Okinawa. I have not taken this off the truck since we picked it up. So today, I want to get it off the truck. We're gonna put it in this car park here, but I wanna go over the entire car. I wanna pull everything out of the car. I've never had time to do that. I wanna try and go over this with a fine-tooth comb here in the storage yard today and just see if there's anything else on it that's a surprise before we think about, you know, getting this to the shop and tearing into it. So the last time we filmed on this car, it wasn't really running that great. Now I did kind of defoul the plugs with the lighter trick, but that's just a temporary measure. That's not the sure way to fix the plugs. We really need new plugs for this, but I don't want to obviously spend money on new plugs to just foul them again because of this whole setup. So hopefully it's going to start. Hopefully we still have power. I do have a jump pack in the K-van if we need it, but fingers crossed right now we still got some kind of power. Sounds like we do. Hopefully we can drive this thing off. Let's find out. Ooh, wants it. Yeah. There she is. Got super soft again, but if I pump it, it's okay. It's really old fluid. So before the car had some kind of power steering. Now it has absolutely none. So I'm not surprised. It's had a little leak for a while now, and obviously a lot of coolant keeps coming out of that turbo water line there. But it's okay for us to like kind of move it around the car park. We're not going for a drive, you know. But I do. Oh, it's full. We're good. It's still really full, so we're fine. Well, I'm gonna start this up, move it a little bit more in the center here, and then I'm gonna start pulling everything out of the car, like everything in here. There's stuff like under the seats that I haven't even looked at yet. for another day. At least it's still running. The one thing I was worried about. Oh, dude, this sucks. Look at this. So these are reclinables, and to turn this, it's like wedged up against the roll cage. That was a bad idea. A bad design choice. Can I even turn it? Oh yeah, barely. That's hard. Okay, well, the seats are coming out. I'm gonna be putting some fixed back seats in this for sure. Free pen. I hope we don't find anything gross. Oh, you can just slide the seat forward. That's, of course, that's only if you're like in the back position. Now I got access to it. I didn't even think about that for a second. We're maxed out forward, and you can recline all the way back. Why? Who would want reclinables in a race car? That defeats the purpose of getting race seats, you know? I mean, I get it, but I also don't. I get it for a passenger seat, so you can still fit tires in the back, because these can just like pop out, right? Oh, what is this? Huh. That came with the car. Maybe that was for the muffler? Really? Was this used to turn it down to the ground? Does this fit over it? If it does, that's funny. Oh my god, it is. Why? Why? Why is that? Okay, I'm gonna keep going through this. Well, hang on, I found something. Is this a quarter? Do you know American money, Con?
Not really.
There's some currency here I don't recognize. Oh, it's 100 yen.
Oh, it's 100 yen, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen 100 yen rust like that before. Let's go put it in the vending machine later.
Yeah, there's one down there.
See if it works. See if it still works. So this car cost me $3,499.
After that one.
After that one. I mean, 100 yen's like $1. It's a little less. It's like 90 cents, but, you know. Oh, wait. Jackpot. Look. Another 10 yen. 30 yen and 5. It's getting cheaper. The car's getting cheaper, guys. Imagine just like finding like a wad of like $1,000 or something in cash just under the seat. There is nothing under the seat except wires and what looks like leftovers from an ant's nest. There is like a little baggie under here though, and I'm curious about. What is this? Oh, I guess that's for horn stuff. So a little Allen key and some wires for a horn. For like quick release stuff.
There gotta be more coins in there. No?
No, just a bunch of dirt and ants stuff. That's totally like ants were in there. Huh, I'm gonna definitely get, you're gonna be cleaning these seats, Con.
Yeah, I got this.
All right, well, let's go to the other side. There's not much on the driver's side. We gotta go through the trunk. That's a disaster.
Whoa.
Yeah. On this side, we've got some red coolant. Long life Japanese red coolant. It's a Kazuma Auto. Oh yeah, that's the coil packs. Let's have a look. We've got an amplifier. Power base. Is this worth any money, guys? I'll seriously give this away for free. Just pay the shipping. Oh, there's a spider on it. It's gone. Power base ASA 600 1DX. I don't know if this is any good, but if anyone wants it and you pay for shipping, it's pretty heavy, you can have it. Holy moly! Do you know what these are, Con?
No, really? What are they?
These are super rare. These are brand new insert clips for like interior pieces. These are used on like S13s for the piece of plastic that goes here in between the door and stuff. That's actually super cool find.
Wow.
That's a cool find. Bottle of water.
Whoa.
Stop making fun of my accent. Amplifier things. Turbo beanie that's going in the trash. Pixie Power FC. This is disgusting. We've got to vacuum all of this out. Oh yeah, cool. Something for the wheel. Now these are dress-up nuts and bolts for the valve cover. These were initially on the car. And I guess the guy who switched it out never put them back on the new one, maybe because he stripped these out because they're made from alloy. Most of these do look stripped out, to be honest. I hate alloy nuts. I never use alloy like lug nuts or anything because they just always strip out on steel like threads. I just never use them. What's this? Oh, this is the inspection for when they dropped off the car for transport on the boat. They pretty much circled everything that was damaged or missing. And yeah, pretty much the whole car circled. Oh, look, car got cheaper. 1 yen, guys. That's like not even 1 cent USD. There's nothing under the seat. Okay. Oh, I don't think it's moving though. I thought this was kind of cool. What do you think, Khan? Did you see this? So, seatbelt extension thing.
Never seen that either.
I don't know. I think that's maybe just so that they could get it around the seat. Look at this. Just more remnants and a bolt. There literally was an ant's nest under here. I'm not joking. All right. I'm kind of glad that. Oh yeah, and some AN hose that we were going to use to replace the water line. So we can slide the seat forward. Oh, it is seized. Oh, it's like really seized. It's kind of moving though. Wait, did these come with a decent harness? Huh. What harness is this? Is it FIA? SFI spec, manufactured by Redwood Enterprise. SFI, valid 2 years from purchase date. Oh, it was purchased in 2017, so it's well and truly expired. But it's a Hans one too, because it's got the thin straps. Interesting. Some more of these plastic interior pieces. Let's get in the back here. What are we dealing with here? We've got RTV. Ooh. A used oil filter. That's kind of weird. It's literally a used oil filter. Okay. What brand is these? Cypher? I've never heard of that brand before. Multi-service mount. Yeah, that's about it. If anyone wants these harnesses, I mean, I'll give them away. I mean, we might just also take them to our garage because it's easier, but just DM me. Some fuses, flashlight, and that's it. Bunch of like dress-up bolts and stuff in here. Just like little things, and another one of those valve cover dress-up washers and stuff. Like all the usual stuff you find in an air chassis, right? These things are always full of like little bolts. We got one Rocket Bunny side skirt. I'm sure, I don't think this was a real Rocket Bunny kit. I see no labels or anything in the fiberglass on anything that was left. So, which is pretty much just the side skirts. So I'm pretty sure this was like a replica kit. I don't think it was a real one. Well, that's pretty much everything inside the car. Few goodies, not too much. I mean, obviously we got like the airlift kit and stuff, which I am planning to take out. So don't get too excited about me going stance air boy life. Oh, I forgot this has a sunroof. Does it work though? I completely forgot about that. Like completely forgot about that. Is it meant to work? Nothing.
That's a light.
Nothing up here works. So I started just going through things in the trunk here, and I wanted to take this rubber off because this is actually a common rust spot on the S chassis. Now, it looks like on both sides here, if you have a look, here's probably the worst. This is probably the worst rust spot I've found on the entire car. And it comes under here too, but that can be cut out and replaced very simply and easily. The body guy I work with should be able to do that very quickly. Same guy that did the 32, and same on this side, clean this up. Just like rust, yeah. It's weird how like in Okinawa, like it's rarely like under the car and the frame rails that rust. It's more so like the stuff that's exposed on the outside and the roof. So I'm really surprised that the sunroof is fine, but we have this spot here. This is a very common spot on S15s. It's kind of like the issue with the Evos and how Evos get the issue in the roofing too, but this will all clean out really easily. They'll cut this out, put a new piece in, probably weld it in, and we'll be okay. So we've got the ARP head studs here. Got a Tomei sprocket, 2 of them. These look pretty much brand new. If anyone wants these, DM me, or I'll just list them on the SAMMIT.net shop, because I have no use for these. I don't like using these. We got that Napric head that we need to send off and get repaired, and we've got old stock cams. We have rocker stoppers, Tomei ones. If anyone wants these, they can have them too. I don't believe in these. Everything I've learnt and been taught is that these cause more problems than they save. So I never use them. Okachan never uses them. A lot of tuners in Japan don't use them. I mean, I've spoken about it before, but if a rocker's going to come off, it's going to come off. And if you have these, you could mess up a whole bunch more stuff in your head than if the rocker just popped off and fell off to the side, you know. The old cams. The Tomei valve cover. This I'll be getting rid of too. I don't want this. So I'm going to get a bunch of these parts and just list them up. That's kind of it. Everything else like in the trunk here is just engine oil and the battery. I kind of like cleaned through this before, but that's kind of everything. I completely forgot. Like, do we even have... No, we don't have the OEM jack. But that's kind of it. That's everything. So I've been looking over the car, and I just want to point out some rust to show you guys. We've got this little spot here, which I believe I've shown you before, and that means we're going to have to take the rear glass out so that we can get that treated correctly and dealt with. Looking in the engine bay, I've just been going over everything. I knew I was going to have to cut these tubs out because whatever material they used just wasn't treated underneath, so there's a lot of rust on them, and it's just not worth me keeping them. In Japan, you can get shuck in with tubs, but there's a lot of grassroots competitions and stuff like that where you can't have tubs. In fact, D1 Lights won't let you have tubs. Also, it just makes things a lot harder, engine bay work and stuff, and there's a lot of good aero kits out there where we can have the factory tubs but still have 18-inch big wheels. So I'm thinking of just getting them while they're still available at Nissan, the OEM pieces that go in here to replace that. But one thing I did notice while looking at them is, like, whoever welded these definitely wasn't a great fabricator, which is okay. I'm kind of used to that in Japan. So you can see, like, the welds just aren't that great here, and then where they've connected it down here as well, the welds are really shocking in there. And of course, like, they just started rusting out. But like I said, this is another reason why tubs aren't that great. See how this pipe is jammed up against the tub here in the aircon? So, I mean, even over here, you can see it's been smacking on the charge pipe there going into the throttle body. So tubs just make things really, really hard. Like, it's just not great for a street car, especially these ones anyways. But putting that aside, you can also see there's a fair bit of surface rust coming through on cracks here where they've puttied it up under there. Once again here, you can see that there's definitely a bunch of surface rust under this piece here, which is a very common spot in their chassis. And we do have the common rust in there, which is actually quite surprisingly fairly easy to replace and fix that corner. Nissan still sells that, so I'm going to buy that before it goes away, because a lot of Nissan parts recently has started going DOA and no longer manufactured anymore. In there, we got that little bit of rust there too in that same spot. So once again, commonplace. So we'll get that side too. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, that's the worst of the rust in this chassis, which I'm really surprised about. Obviously, we're gonna probably find some more spots like that, and I'm hoping we don't find anything too crazy. That's like that just means that this chassis is not worth it to us anymore, and it becomes a missile. But yeah, from what I see here, this is all repairable, and it's not going to cost too much to do all this. Like, you know, we're going to cut out the tubs, replace all this with OEM panels, weld them in, get it all fixed and all the rust dealt with, and repaint the whole car. We should be okay, I think. I'm not too concerned about the wheel wells. Everything here looks pretty good, just on the places here where they cut. So we'll cut this up even further, and we'll reseal it with seam sealer, and we'll primer it first, then seam seal it so that it doesn't come back. I'm not expecting it to come back, just because we're obviously on the mainland and around Yokohama and Tokyo and stuff like that. The air's not full of salt water like it is in Okinawa, so I'm pretty confident that now that this place is here in the mainland, it's gonna pretty much all but stop rusting, and most of its life it's not gonna spend outside anymore either. So it's gonna become a real special car on the channel, and I'm really excited to get into it and fix it up. I'm not sure what to do with wheel choices though. I think you guys know the route that I'm going with this car. Like I said, I want to make twins. I want to have the pink one and the blue one, Rem and Rem. So I think you guys know what this car is going to end up looking like. But I don't think we're going to be going with these wheels. I just think they're kind of impractical. So I'm thinking of keeping these wheels for maybe when we get the street chaser and we make that our like VIP stance car, you know? I don't know, I'm playing with ideas, so I'm curious to know what you guys think we should do in the comment section with these wheels, because they don't belong on a Silvia to me. All right, guys, place your bets. Is this gonna work? What do I feel like today? Ooh, Pepsi? Melon soda. Melon soda sounds good. Let's see if the 100 yen will detect. Yo, it did! Let's go! Melon soda, baby. And look, we still got 25 yen left over from the abandoned S15. I'm sure there's more shrapnel in there somewhere, but pretty hyped on that. Melon soda. Well, we now got the abandoned S15 from Okinawa in its waiting spot for now, waiting car park until we can start jumping into it at the shop and whatnot. I am going to get a cover for it, the same cover, one of those Rain-X ones that's on the 32. So Khan will put that on for me in the next couple days when it arrives from Amazon. This is kind of becoming the dead projects yard for me. We got this thing's only a parts 32 shell, so you know, for anyone who needs like any panels or anything cut out of this, that's what this is here for, because I've already gotten my fair share out of it. Then we got the $10 Evo, that's for the Evo that's in pieces at the shop, and that whole rear end's going to be getting used on it, so that's going to get chopped up. Alteza's not mine, and then the 32. So these are kind of like, this is like the waiting zone, the you know, no man's land, limbo, like just chilling here. So overall, I think we were pretty successful today. I got a better understanding of the car and took a bunch of pictures for the body guy to send to him so that he knows what he's going to be dealing with. And I now know that I need to order some parts and replacement panels so that when the car goes off to the body shop, that all of that can get done very, very quickly. And there's not going to be any hidden surprises. That aside, I went through everything in the car. I now know everything that came with the car. There's obviously a bunch of little things that I just don't want or need, so I'm going to be, you know, letting those go at like cheaper prices and stuff like that, just to like, you know, if you guys want those parts and whatever, I don't really care. I'm not after trying to make stupid money from that stuff. It's just, you know, if you need it and you want it, hit me up in the DMs. I'll let you have it for a good price. Just tell me what you want to pay for it. I'm obviously not going to let you guys take advantage of me or anything. Like, I know what all this stuff is worth. So just send me a fair offer is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, that aside, I hope you guys are excited for more abandoned S15 content. It's kind of around the corner, but it's definitely going to be like after, you know, the FD starting arc and Australia arc, and then back to FD arc. And then it'll probably be abandoned S15 stuff. Yeah, we're going to pull that motor. I'm going to get stuck into that side of it while the car is all getting fixed up at the body shop. And hopefully we should have that thing back together pretty quickly. If there's any downtime, I'm going to actually start on the third. Well, no, by that time we should be able to, any downtime, be working on the 32. If that makes sense. So we should have the abandoned S15 and the 32 four-door Skyline both pretty much finished around the same time. We should be able to get those like done really quickly. And at the same time, by when the 32 is finished, we should also be already midway into the 33.4. So that's kind of like my plan with it. By the end of this year, I want those 3 cars running, driving, and good to go. So things are really starting to ramp up from here. Anyways, that aside, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button, write a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Ciao, mata.